Yo, what up? It's your boy DJ Slick.
What's up, everybody? It's AP.
And we're live now on ELITEgiance TV. Today we got a dope show ahead for you guys. We have the official footage of the 2017 Kentucky Urban Entertainment Awards.
So, what did you think about the award show this year?
I think the awards are really, really nice. I think a lot of people won awards and were there to accept the awards, so I really like that. I think put a lot of work into the awards, so it was well put together. And I think everybody that came out networked and they had a good time. And they were the spokespeople. We didn't really, we posted pictures and things, but we really didn't have to go too hard for it because everybody that left went and posted something positive, and that's what it's about.
It's always good when everybody shows a lot of support afterwards and says good things. You know, we had a huge turnout and a lot of different people came. We had people from, the different hip hop scenes, every area of Kentucky, so I would say it was very successful.
And I love to see my people from Mayfield who came out. And also I like to see...
We had a couple people from Henderson in there. We won't mention no names, but that was represented.
That too. But I just love to see those people connecting with people from different areas.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I love to see my 270 mixing with the 502 and the 859s and the 606s, and everybody's exchanging numbers and talking about what they have going on. And I think that's really nice, and that's what we're missing.
What was your favorite part about the awards?
Favorite part definitely had to be the tribute to Bam. Bam was one of the people that really helped us as far as the DJs. The DJs that are in the crew. We have like a special connection with him, always with the sound, but DJing advice, and he's one of the pioneers for Louisville hip hop in general. Right. You know what I'm saying? So we have to respect that, or Kentucky hip hop, and also. His wife came.
Yes.
That was nice. DJ Q did a wonderful
Q's
job.
Tribute was really nice. I feel like it set the tone for the entire presentation.
It did, and he did a wonderful job. And he also introduced me to some things that I didn't know about him. So it was really informative. Yes. And it was really nice. We had Living Legend Awards. Lil Carl and DJ Chaos won Living Legend Awards. We also had the Static Major Award that Valerie Sickles won. So it was really nice. It was a nice event, and a lot of people came out and represented.
They did. So we want to say thank you to everybody who came out, especially those who brought their cameras and recorded footage. We had the red carpet event hosted by Empty Beats and Bella Ray. So right now we're going to get into some of that footage. If you were there, you can see it again, and if you missed it, you'll see why you need to be there next year. So let's check it out. Okay, so that was some great footage. Again, we want to thank all the media companies and just independent photographers, videographers who came out and covered, helped get our event out on their platforms and gain exposure. So we thank you. We appreciate you. If you want to see more of the red carpet, we're going to have extended versions, all of the interviews on theelegiance.com. You see it right there on the bottom of the screen. Go to the website and check it out. And we also want to thank...
We also want to thank everybody that was nominated and all the people that won and all the people that campaigned and did all the things, help us get our awards out there. We can't do it without you all. We definitely recognize our hard work, tweaking some things, but once we get everything together, I promise you it's going to be something that everybody can represent and feel good about.
Absolutely, and we definitely welcome suggestions. You know, we like constructive criticism.
Constructive criticism.
Yeah, not hate, but just constructive criticism. We want to know what you guys liked, what you think maybe we should change or do a little different. So feel free to reach out to Slick and I. You can hit our inbox. My email is very readily available. So yeah. But right now, I hear that you have a great interview.
Oh yeah, I had the pleasure of interviewing my homie Dusty Leigh.
I bet that got interesting.
He did have some interesting things to say, and we had some things we needed to talk about because I know y'all been seeing social media, so we definitely hit all of those hard-nosed questions.
Whoa.
I heard you won the Kentucky Urban Entertainment Award. Tell us about that.
I just want to say it was well deserved. Yes, I did. I'm very grateful for it. It was one of them things I had no idea. I was actually on a tour date with Nappy Roots. We got booked together, so it was cool being. It was our first show ever being artists from Louisville, and I mean, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it was cool that we was at the same stage. Everything was both in Muncie, Indiana, and then I got the call that I won, and it was just it was an overwhelming feeling. So like to just all the hard work to pay off, and it was a blessing. You know what I mean?
And just for the people who may not know, he actually won the Hip Hop Artist of the Year. So that's like our biggest award. So I mean that's a dope look for you, man. And you know, a lot of people were there. You know, you heard some cheers, and you heard some people like, who was that? So can you kind of explain like your lane, because some of the people may look at you and they say they may not know or recognize the face or maybe not know the brand, but you've been putting in work for a long time.
My first mixtape that I dropped in Louisville, you can ask Marley, I printed up probably 50, 60,000 copies with him. And I gave them all away free. And I'm talking about traveling the country, just hitting people with CDs and everything, watching them throw them on the ground just to pick them up and try to give them to another fan. It's just been a hard grind. I mean, 4 years I've toured with MGK, Jeezy, Bone Thugs and Harmony, Tech Nine, Ritz, Bubba Sparks, a lot of artists, and it's just been a grind. So when you see something pay off, it's kind of like everybody else they have to acknowledge it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Whether they want to or not. I can't win an award by myself. So the fact that people from everywhere are voting for me and all those thousands of votes coming in and everything, I have to give credit because we won it. It's like, it's not me. My fans call themselves Dust Gang. So I was like, Dust Gang, we did it. I didn't win it on my own. Everybody that supports me and that took the time to go through all that for me, like, this is our award. It's not just my award.
We've been having some weird conversations, man. You asking about DJ equipment, what you doing, man?
But this is what I tell people, as what I told you too, as a hip hop artist and a businessman. Lil D told me this, and I've always took this in consideration.
Shout out to DJ ELITEgiance.
Don't get in the music business if you don't know business. It's called a business for a reason. So when I first started, I started throwing shows, promoting shows, and I wanted to know the ins and outs of everything. I wanted to know about how sound check comes about, how do you handle riders of other artists, what's the going rate on artists, and how do you know when they're hot and when they're not, and how many tickets will they sell. So I started promoting shows. Same thing with DJing. I'm doing my own headlining tour. I was like, you know what? In this game, you never know who's available, who's accessible.
Right.
I was like, I want to learn how to DJ so I could teach somebody how to DJ my set.
All right, so I have to ask, man. I was on Facebook, scrolling through. I see Dusty Leigh. Like, okay. I go down. Speak on it, man.
He's talking about my booty pic. That's what he's talking about. Well, it was I was in Niagara Falls.
Oh no, he really said a booty pic. I'm sorry.
It was a booty pic. You know, that's why I try to tell him I'm a man down, and that's being a sex symbol of Louisville, Kentucky. You just gotta go on a whole nother level sometimes. And
hey, whatever works, man.
it was funny. I knew it was gonna be a joke. And you know my album cover, I did the Risky Business, the Whitey Tighties thing. People ate that up. So I was like, man, I'm gonna go to Niagara Falls and I'm gonna take a picture from the 40th floor of Sheridan, and I'm just gonna have my booty hanging out, and I'm gonna let people just laugh. So I did, and it got like 2,000 likes. You know what I'm saying? And
it worked, huh?
it got overwhelming support. You know what I'm saying? It just really boosted my ego more than it already was.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure you had some crazy comments. And
Yeah, I don't even want to talk about that. The inboxes were going, the DMs was popping.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
Popping was going down.
Yup.
That's what's up,
It
man.
was crazy.
You always talk about Louisville, and you know, of course, you represent Kentucky, and you do a lot of your videos in Kentucky, right?
I do all my videos I can do in Louisville, Louisville every time. I've never shot any other place in Kentucky, but I shoot them in Louisville. If I can't get the other artists here, then I have to travel. But if the artists will come here and I can set up for travel expenses, or we can make it work, like I had Bubba Sparks here, we shot Get By. He agreed to come down for the day. It's like one of my really good friends. So we shot it here. Me and Jelly Roll shot a video, and I couldn't get him to Louisville, so I had to shoot his scenes in Nashville. But guess what? The Louisville boy's coming back to shoot his scenes in Louisville.
Well, I know you're big on social media, so get the people your social media so they can get in contact with you.
You can get me on social media at Dusty Leigh, and it's Leigh. And my Snapchat, Instagram, and Twitter are all the same thing. That's DUSTYONU. DUSTYONU.
Now that's an interesting guy, man. He's like the most interesting man in Kentucky or something.
There's never a dull moment when Dusty's around.
Yeah.
We hang out a lot, and I will say that things get interesting.
It was very censored.
Very, because we are on wave 3, so we want to make sure that we stay on wave 3.
Yeah, next up we have the Meet the Elite section, and we got my homie on there. I'm proud of this, man. This is my homie. I knew him when he was shaking and dancing in the club doing his thing, and now he turned into a DJ. He blew all the way up, and now we're gonna see my homie, DJ Lil Jerry, the ELITE's own DJ Lil Jerry.
I'm DJ Lil Jerry, youngest in charge. I'm ELITEgiance DJ. They call me the youngest in charge. I'm the youngest one in the group. I'm 93.1 DJ. I got a promotion group called Elite Society, which me and my business partner Lil Co. Me and Lil Co, we linked up because of Mr. Co. He gave me my first chance. Mr. Co gave me my first chance when it came to 21 and over. I started off at 18 and over, and no one wanted to give me a chance because they thought I came with a younger crowd. So once he gave me a chance, which was on my birthday, I did actually good. He let me keep all the door money, and he wanted me to do every other Saturday. I knew I couldn't do it by myself, and I knew Lil Cole because we grew up with each other, so I asked him, if he wanted to throw parties with me. So first it was just DJ Lil Jerry and Lil Cole. That's the only thing we put on the flyer. We didn't start taking it serious until like 3 to 4 months until we started seeing the numbers that we was making. So I came to somebody named Tone. He's from Dream Team. And he taught me the business when it came to this. Him and Boosie Class. They taught me the business when it came to it, and that's when we started taking it a little bit serious. And I say that I was 22 when I started DJing. I was 23 when I took it serious. The only reason I wanted to start DJing was because I hated going to the DJ and asking them to play a song and then they never played it. So I started throwing parties at the age of 18 at Roxbury with Boosie and them. I was called Power Movement back then, which I didn't know nothing about nothing. I was just young, and everybody knew who I was, and I just started throwing parties. Slick was my DJ then, but when Slick wasn't there, we had different DJs, and sometimes they didn't know what they was doing. So if it wasn't Slick, and it wasn't Nitty, so I wanted to learn how to DJ, but no one would teach me. Everybody was charging me a high price that I didn't have. So Slick taught me for free. He just told me to get the money to get my equipment, he was gonna teach me. So the first year, I didn't take it serious because no one wanted to book me. Everyone had their own DJ, everyone had their own hype man. So I didn't take it serious until it was a DJ from our city that told me I couldn't make it. He was like, you're gonna have to go to another city to make it here. And I like competition, so that's what made me take it serious. I got into ELITEgiance, I would say, I started when I was 22, when I was 23. When I got in, I was only doing house parties. So to be like honest, I feel like Slick put me in because he taught me how to DJ and he seen that I was determined to work. So I couldn't get in the club, so I started doing house parties. So it was like, either way, I'm going to get my name out here. He seen my hard work and he just told me to come to the award show one day. If I remember, it was when EB and Taz, they was going against each other, like it was like old school versus new school. And then like at the end, I told Slick, you know, I was leaving, I had somewhere to go. And he was like, oh, wait a minute. Before he walks out, like it was out of the blue. I didn't know that I didn't know what to say. I froze up because I definitely didn't know what to say. And at that time, I didn't know how big it was. You know, I was happy to be in Camp Camp, but I didn't know how big it was at all. The only person I knew was Slick, the other two DJs, and EB. The other two DJs that I was real close with wasn't even in the camp, and one of them was Nitty. You know, so I didn't know how big it was until like one day I dropped my computer and lost all my music. And just to know that I had brothers that was close that gave me the music for nothing. You know what I'm saying? One of them helped me even get a new computer. You know, I had to pay him back, but he helped me get a computer. So really I see ELITEgiance now, which was Camp Camp, I see it as a family. I see it as, you know, we can help each other in different fields because not all of us is DJs. You know, so if I have a question or need an answer, I know I can go to them. I know they're not going to judge me. So at the time, I didn't know how powerful it was. Now I just see it as a family. So last year, I won DJ of the Year when it came to the Kentucky Urban Awards. Did I think I was going to win it? Yeah, but it was only because like EB, he's very cocky, and he taught me how to read my crowd. So I started doing, I started branding myself. Once I traveled to Chicago and started seeing Chicago and Miami and started seeing how they would brand their parties and brand their stuff, like they have planes and have the flyer flying on the plane. I know I couldn't do it that big, but I started doing yard signs and started doing cups. And so it really wasn't about the big parties that I was DJing because I wasn't DJing the biggest parties in the city. I was DJing my parties in the city, but I was making them look more than what it was. I started interacting with the people. You know, so I was able to come down to Bardstown Road and DJ and rock the crowd. I was able to go back to Legends with the urban crowd and rock the crowd. And then it started with the local rappers and singers. Once you got them and you got their back and they trust you, you know, I knew they the ones to do the most of the vote. So I was happy when I won, you know, because I knew I was going against the Z Nices and the Through the Roofs and the Empty Beats. So I know when it comes to them, like they very known. So if I wouldn't have won, I wouldn't have been mad. Like this year I didn't win and I wasn't mad at all because it's level. So I've been traveling to different states DJing, but DJ Empty Beats went to a different country. So like I wasn't mad at all. Like losing to them ain't nothing. On Tuesdays, I'm on 93.1 at 8 o'clock. It's from 8 o'clock to 8:30. And I'm also on Fridays now. So they gave me a little promotion. I'm a little happy about it. But I do that on Wednesdays. I kind of got an off day. So I slide in on Z Nice and I support my brother. He got Wind Down Wednesdays. On Thursdays, I'm at Legends. We call it Throwdown Thursdays. It's basically like we got these big goofy gloves that we box. It's like a little fun day for grown-ups. Friday is Friday Night Live. We go live from 10 to 1, I believe, on 93.1. And we do it at Legends. On Saturday, my group, which is me and Lil Cole, Elite Society, we do sold out Saturdays at Cole's. On Sundays right now, it's open, but I leave that open because that's when I move around. Tuesdays, I'm starting a new party series. It's called R&B Tuesdays. Right now it's light, but I'm definitely gonna continue going on because I know it can pick up. It's on Bardstown Road, right next to BW3's. It's called Club Nirvana. It used to be Cahoots. I started Beats and Brunch, I can say at the beginning of the year. How I started, to be honest, Instagram. I seen somebody in Florida doing it, and I really wanted to know what it was. I can't leave him out of the interview. Infamous One was a big part of the Beats and Brunch. He's the one that basically made me put it in action. My mom, she don't come to the club. My mom never get to see me DJ, you know, so, but she comes to Beats and Brunch, you know, because it's somewhere she can come after church. You know, the type of music we play is, we play pop music, you know what I'm saying? We play R&B. We can play hip hop, but it'll be like a Bruno Mars type of feel, you know, just because we don't want you to get out of church and then come in to some old cussing music.
Yeah, that was the homeboy Lil Jerry, man. You already know what it is. Allegiance family in the building.
Yeah, so we do meet the elite so that you guys can get to know all the different members of the Allegiance. We're not just DJs. We have a little bit of everybody. So, you know, hopefully you'll get to know everybody a little bit better, understand what we do and why we do it. So that's the second episode.
It went quick. I didn't even realize what the time went.
It went quick. We had 27 outtakes. You think that went quick?
Hey, make sure y'all go on TheELITEgiance.com and see the outtakes.
We will definitely have bloopers. We're not going to talk about that right now. But we definitely want to thank a couple of people. Shout out to B-Hen here in this awesome studio, Outwork Who Studios.
Yeah,
if you need some work, holla at him.
The Allegiance own.
Yep. And then also shout out to DJ Deuce helping us out on production.
Deuce, the Allegiance own.
And John Woo with the music.
The Allegiance own.
I told you we do a little bit of everything. So we hope that you enjoyed the show. We're going to keep this going. Make sure you tune in next time. Stay on the social media to find out when it's going to air. And we'll catch y'all later.
Peace.
Hey. No, we just scratching the surface, man. Tenth Street song, Louisville, Kentucky's on Dan Block Low, aka Trapmore Jones, aka Trapmore Beats, man. Holla at me, you know what it is. The Kentucky Urban Music Awards, Jack, you know what I'm saying? With the kids up for Producer of the Year, Engineer of the Year, you know what I'm saying? I got a couple songs up with my Eastside Booby, got a couple songs up with my Stoop. You know, I'm just working, man.
What up, though? You know what it is, man. Tyron. Me and my little bro, Jay, man, we relocated to Las Vegas. I said her about 2 years ago, man. We just been back and forth, man. You know what I mean? Putting down this music, we putting in this work. The newest thing I put out is a single I got called Louisville. Me and Corey Black, put Corey Black on that, you know what I'm saying? It's doing pretty good, playing on all the radio stations in the city. ESPN, we just picked it up. It's number 5 in the national, in this region. It's number 5 out of, you know, all the songs. I just found that out today. So, and we nominated tonight for a song of the year, so you know everything's good, man. Yeah, before I drop a I'm gonna do some singles, man. I'm gonna build a demand, and then I'll drop something on there. But I got so much music, man. I'm just waiting for the right time. Right now, we're just building up the fan base, man. So it'll be people waiting to give them something. You know, shout out to everybody in Louisville doing their thing. Shout out to everybody in Kentucky doing their thing. Shout out to Corey Black, you feel me? Shout out to my little brother Rich Porter. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to everybody doing their thing, basically, man. And, you know, it's why next for me, though. It's Louisville, you feel me? And these shirts is for sale. You see anybody selling these shirts, buy them, man. You feel me? Louisville. That's why I'm doing it for. You feel me?
Man, I go out of town, I go state to state, and I rep KY to the fullest. Even though I'm not originally from KY, I love it to death. I rep it. This is my home, so shouts out to everybody in the building. I want to, you know, accept this award on behalf of DJ Chaos. He is the living legend. Y'all give it up for DJ Chaos. I mean, this man ripped stages, almost every stage imaginable throughout the city for the last few decades, traveling. Now he's traveling the world now that Slick Rick has had his visa approved and everything, and all the paperwork is cleared. He can travel the world. So now you seeing Slick Rick and DJ Chaos everywhere repping that KY. So y'all make some noise once again. Thank you again for this award.
We got a little bit going on, man. You know, we do the personal training in the morning. Affiliated with the kids, real big in the community. You know, I'm cutting hair, doing that, barbering at the crib and at the shop. We're doing the music also. Plus we're doing personal training. Plus I do amateur and pro boxing, man. So my day is full packed, you know what I'm saying? Everything's like stuffed, so I ain't got no time for no bullshit, man. We working, you feel me? Right now we building capital, man. So when we come back out, man, we're gonna be able to move, man, about 6-7 months straight, you feel what I'm saying?
Yes.
You gotta build that capital, you gotta step back sometime, get all your eggs in a row, and then come back and hit them hard. That's what I do.
Yes,
Stay consistent.
We are here at the Kentucky Urban Entertainment Awards at Coconut Beach, having a really good time. This is my first time here, so I'm excited. I'm excited to see how everything works here. all the good stuff. Lots of events, going out of town, just doing other stuff in different cities and coming back, showing my talents everywhere. So it's a little bit of everything, You know, if you won't catch me in the streets, you can definitely catch me on all my social media. We have Bella Ray, BELLARAE. Any social media platform, that's where I'm at.
Ain't know what the going on. A lot of cameras. Man, we out here at the Kentucky Urban Entertainment Awards. You know what I'm saying? I brought home, you know what I'm saying, videographer of the year. I was running a little late because I just had shot a music video and that everybody's industry standard, you feel me, for the low. So we're trying to upscale the area. Then I'm gonna do it when I get done with West Kentucky. I'm gonna do it in Louisville too. We working, bro. Like 24/7, bro. Don't stop. I get 3 hours of sleep a day.